What's up, everybody? It's Colby Cheese, and it's time for another pro game commentary. This time is about a 2200 ELO average match from Europe West. And the teams do look pretty interesting. We've got some really strong champions on both teams. You've got a Blitzcrank, and you've also got a Maokai over here. And so you're going to have some crazy potential for catching people. And then as far as the mid lane is concerned, you've got LUX versus Evelynn, which the other team does have Evelynn, so that's a very strong pick for them as well. And we'll have to see how that works out. But I think it's going to actually be kind of difficult for Evelynn early in the match because she's going to have to worry about getting caught by a Maokai and then binded and fully bursted down by LUX. So that is definitely something she's going to have to pay attention to this game. But if she can survive that early laning phase and get to where she can start roaming around and doing a lot of work in other lanes, that's where she's going to become strong. Now, already a lot of invasion is taking place here in this game, and I'm not sure if they're going to make anything happen here. They've got it warded, so they do see everywhere that blue team is at. Evelynn just being a little bit sneaky. She's just kind of hanging around in this part right here to see if she can catch someone. And I don't know how the hell they just noticed her there. What the heck? How did they see? I'm going to jump back and just go to the vision of blue team here. All right, so blue team here, I think they just barely caught vision of Evelynn. Ah, there we go. I think they just barely caught vision of Evelynn as they were walking across here. And I don't think she realized that they had vision of her when they were there. And so since they didn't see her walk out any further, they just walked around there hoping that she wouldn't move. And that's exactly what happened. And she actually says, what the fuck? What the fuck? She didn't know what was going on. That was very, very, the vision range on that was just like so precise. So kind of sucks for Evelynn. First blood now going to be on Ezreal, making bottom lane potentially a little bit harder for the Varus and Lulu, but Lulu very strong, and they're going to have to deal with that for sure in team fights. If Evelynn just jumps in there and Lulu ults that's going to be a big explosion of damage. We'll have to see if that is actually what's going to happen, or even with Rengar jumping out of his stealth, bam, on top of the enemy team, Lulu ultimate, boom! Lots of engagement potential for red team here, whereas blue has the, they've got the kite from LUX, but it seems like the rest of their team is more focused on engaging straight up. So it's kind of like their synergy here with LUX doesn't match up with the rest of the team. And the rest of the team kind of is the same as what red has going on here, which is the jump on your face kind of thing. But we'll see how it actually plays out so far. And we do have a gank up top lane. Looks like the Rengar is going to be coming in, and Irelia tries to dash away for an escape. Is going to get binded now. Rengar locking her down. There it is. Maokai coming in to try and pick up a kill here, or at least counter jungle somewhat. And now going to be attacked by the Xin Zhao, knocked up, and I don't think he can actually escape here. Rengar grabs the double kill with one last auto attack. I think his red buff helped him grab that kill as well. That was so clutch. And now they're going to shove down that lane and force Irelia to lose a lot of creeps in there as well. So let's take a look down bottom lane. I don't know, we have wards going on there. Evelynn actually warded up that area. She does have the flask, and I should probably go ahead and switch up the stuff here for you guys to see just a little bit better. Oh, and there's a nice grab there onto the Varus. Varus is just going to turn around and start attacking. Exhaust goes down onto Ezreal. He has to flash out. He's getting really low, using his barrier to try and escape that and turn around and do a little bit more damage, but he just doesn't have enough, and he does finally fall to Varus. Varus going to be turning around doing some more damage now as well to the Blitzcrank, and his shield is still not enough either to help him out, and that's going to be a double kill for the Varus. What a crazy beginning for red team. So yes, the Evelynn did fall to a weird little first blood, but already 4 kills going out to red team. That's going to make them very strong so far. Okay, and so I just need to match up the junglers here, and I think we are good. Alright, so everything gets matched up. I know a lot of you guys keep on telling me, like, Colby, you gotta match up those deals in the mid because it's inconvenient for me. And I know, I just forget sometimes, so. But I got you this time. It only took me 4 minutes into the game. Aw, yeah. Okie dokie, so no action just yet. We're waiting on people to get back in lanes, and I imagine they're going to be playing a little bit safer. Irelia now does have a ward to help her out here in the lane. She's got that cloth armor and 5 Hell Potion start to help her out against the Xin Zhao. Let's see if that actually does help out. You don't really want to get too far behind on Irelia. It's not good, but once she gets past around level 7 to 9 area, she's going to get really strong. I'm not sure if it's going to be strong enough to fight as Xin Zhao, but we'll have to just wait and see. Her stun, though, does make it very simple. And there it is. There's that stun. But now with Rengar coming in, this is going to be a very bad situation for her. Now she is slowed down. I think she's going to go down once again. Xin Zhao now picking up this kill instead of Rengar. Red team in a really good position as far as kills are concerned. Quite up on the gold as well. So let's see if that early game... Oh, and there's a nice grab from Blitzcrank. Going to be doing big damage to the Lulu, but they need to worry about this Varus because Varus early game is pretty damn powerful. Oh, a nice dodge of that charge up Q from Varus, as Ezreal probably would not have died from that, but he does want to stay in the lane, so any damage that he takes from Varus right now is just unacceptable. So with a Maokai coming down, let's see if they can actually make something happen. There are no wards for red team, so Maokai could potentially get in here, and Blitzcrank just needs to land one pull. He is going to get turned into a little creep. Oh, man, that was so close. It felt like it was going to be a max range pull, and here's the teleport. Evelynn coming down. I didn't even realize she had teleport, and now she's going to be looking to grab some kills. Blitzcrank in bad situation. He is going to go down. Nuke Duck takes the kill, and that is going to be 6 kills now for red team. Wow, Evelynn with teleport. Did not even think about that. That is a great idea. Picking up a Doran's ring, a little bit of a different start than I would expect. Normally, I see Evelynn's try to go for the mask as their starting item, but I suppose she just wants to have that mana regen. I don't know. I really don't know the idea behind the Doran's. Normally, Evelynn doesn't even have a problem with mana regen, and Doran's ring nowadays is mostly just good for mana regen. Oh, and that ultimate sniping down the Lulu. So much damage from Lux, and the flash into the binding, a combo with her Lucent Singularity. Is it going to be enough? She needs auto attacks, and no more engagement from Maokai. They actually get juked, outplayed just a bit, but can they get the kill? Evelynn is still in a bad situation. Maokai is going to be a little bit faster, and the binding juked, but he needs to get in range for his twisted advance, and then he can grab the kill. She is now in enemy territory here. I don't think she has much room for escape. She's probably going to go down to this Maokai. It doesn't look like there's much room for her to go. One more auto attack should do it, or an E or something like that. Just throw something out there. Do you have enough mana, Maokai? Just possibly one more attack. Is she gonna just chase? I mean, she's just gonna get chased around all day. They are wasting so much time. She has no flash. She can't jump over the wall. She has a teleport instead. Oh my god, this is crazy. And there's the grab from Blitzcrank as Xin Zhao was trying to come in and help that out, but he says, screw it, I'm out of here. Peace. What is this? And finally, Pokemonster grabs the kill after what seems like over a minute-long chase on the Evelynn. That was just hilarious. I don't even know what to say about that. It was ridiculous. I had to take some water after that. Okay, now Ezreal in trouble as he is 1v2 in the lane, but he has his berry up. He is going to grab the kill on the Lulu, baited out that damage, and she even took a turret damage. You really don't want to do that in a 1v1 fight. Support versus an AD. Now Ezreal in a pretty good situation as he does have 2 kills. That's going to help him out quite a bit. Blue team catching up a little after the last couple of engagements that they have had on red team. So things are starting to heat up quite a bit in this match. This has been very exciting. At only 8 minutes, lots of things have happened so far. Very nice, very nice. And Blitzcrank here just trying to hang out in the bush, but a little bit of timer left on that ward allows Varus to get some poke off onto him. Blitzcrank is not going to go back, so he's just going to be popping off those potions. He has not even used his Biscuit of Rejuvenation yet. One thing that I think is interesting is on the public beta right now, they're actually changing the cost of Crystalline Flask to about 120 extra gold, and it does a little bit more healing and mana. But what it's going to do is going to make it so that supports cannot really start with the flask anymore unless they just want to give up a lot of early vision and control. So that's going to be an interesting thing to think about. Here we go with Rengar coming down. I do not believe he is seen by blue team, so he's going to be sneaky right now. He does have his ultimate ready to go in case they decide to engage this. So he just needs to make sure that he doesn't walk past those creeps. It seems like he's going to give this one up as right now red team is kind of pushing here. So bot lane needs to either bait out a fight or, yeah, it looks like Rengar's just gonna back off. And top lane, a little bit of battle is going down as Irelia now 2 levels behind is just doing all she can to just hang in there. She's not too far behind on CS, but definitely not in a good position as Xin Zhao's already 2-0-2 and Irelia only has 1 assist. But now with Maokai coming in, can they make a play here? She's gonna lose a bit of CS to try and get this kill, and I think it will take place. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna go down. So there we go, finally a kill for the Irelia. That's going to help her out quite a bit to catch up in the lane. I don't know if it's going to make up for those 2 levels that she lost, but luckily she has all of this creep wave to farm and get experience from in the meantime, and she does not have to go back right now, so that's great. Rengar now getting the blue buff, trying to be stolen there by Lux, but not in time. Nice binding, here's the combo. Will it be enough damage? Nuke Duck gonna go down to an ignite. Pokemon Quartet actually grabs that kill and is going to be shoving in this lane hard, so Evelynn going to lose all of that CS and farm as well. Right after grabbing that blue buff too, so she has a fresh blue buff ready to go in the lane. That's great for Lux. Now 3 people down here. Nice grab from the Blitzcrank. Flash goes out, but it's not going to help as he gets twisted advanced on Maokai and gets ultimate from Lulu. Is it enough to save him? No. Ultimate goes down and 1 last auto attack. Loki Tuck grabs the kill. Now they're going to be on the turret here. This is going to be a 4-man blue on bottom against this Lulu. She needs to get away from there, and there's the slow and the damage from Lux. Binding not going to land, but he has no mana for the pull, so she will make the escape. And they just need to go ahead and poke down this turret. But with Rengar coming in, is he going to be able to stop them from doing that? Oh, Lulu comes in a little. She comes back. She made the escape. And then she flashes for no reason and dies. That was such a terrible play. Lulu just completely whiffed everything sensible in that situation. Ulti going down, doing big burst, double kill for the Maokai. And Mimer trying to get away right now as he is now stuck in the turret. Pokemon Quartet grabs that kill. 4 people still down at the bottom, doing big work. And oh my god, Ezreal is going to die to the turret. Nobody gets the assist or gold or experience or anything for that one. But either way, it's fine. They weren't able to shove down that turret, unfortunately, but they did grab 2 kills for that. So it actually worked out, for the most part, it worked out well. Man, what a crazy game so far. And top lane right now, still duking it out right around the turret. Seems like Irelia has caught up at least by 1 level so far to the Xin Zhao. And as far as the farm is concerned, she's still behind by 15 to 20 CS. But with all of the creeps at her turret, she should have a decent time farming and at least getting the experience. She's not being zoned out or anything like that. There's the ultimate from the Ezreal coming in, trying to help her out just a bit. Didn't do a lot of damage to him, so she's not going to be able to take advantage of that for a kill or anything. But so far, we're just going to watch her farm at the turret. He is going to be roaming down. Ward does spot that, so the Lux needs to be careful. They grab a kill. Nice job ganking there as the Maokai Lux combo, as I predicted early game, is very strong against that Evelynn, and she's having a hard time with roaming as she is now 5 deaths in the game, and Lux 4-0-4 doing great. And as she starts to pick up this death cap, she's going to become just a powerhouse as far as I'm concerned. So I think it looks like she might be going for her Athenes. And I've heard from a few people, and this may not be, obviously it's not like a general consensus, but a lot of people like to skip going for Athenes first and grab a death cap and then go for the Athenes just because Athenes was nerfed. But now with Lux coming down around here, we'll talk about that later, because she is looking to get a kill on one of these guys, and there's a full combo onto the Lulu. Her ultimate is not going to save her. A little bit of damage. Twisted advance coming in. Loki Top grabs kill with the auto attack. Yamato Cannon now doing a lot of work at the turret, trying to stay alive as much as possible and get a kill. In the meantime, he might actually get a kill on this Ezreal with the help of the turret, but no, one last turret attack did not take place, as well as the barrier from Ezreal. But there's the twisted advance, and the Maokai uses his Q to grab that kill with the auto attack. And now Lux coming in here trying to get one last kill onto the, oh my god, Evelynn actually right there, very low. I don't think she even knows it's there. There's a ward into the bush, and she has enough damage. Shut down, 500 gold for the Evelynn. So close. All they needed was one spell from Lux, but Lux was just not prepared for that and got taken down very quickly. Evelynn now in a safe position. They did grab the bottom turret though, so now with the turret down, that's going to make the option for blue team roaming on from bottom lane a lot stronger. They can move up to the mid lane, take that turret, and Xin Zhao really shoving in hard here. He's probably going to go ahead and take this turret down, as he actually, looks like he dove. I missed that, but he dove there, Irelia, and got the kill right underneath the turret there. So Irelia really still having a bad time after those early ganks. And that's the problem with top lane sometimes. It's just all it takes is 1 or 2 ganks, and you will snowball that top lane and your top lane's favorite, and then you really don't have to focus on that lane any longer. And that's exactly what this Rengar seems to have done. Although he's not really been able to make as much of a difference as this Maokai and Lux roaming combination has been able to do. And I know Evelynn is a choice for roaming, but she's just been shut down so hard by Maokai that she has not been able to make a big difference in roaming as far as what they're able to do. Maokai gonna come in here, and there is the damage. Let's see if they can actually continue with that. And I guess he's actually by himself. There was no one to follow up with that. In fact, Rengar was coming in, so it would have been dangerous for him to stick around any longer. So Maokai has sufficiently held the lane. Lux was able to pick up a blue buff once again. She's gonna have a lot of mana to shove down the lane and roam as much as possible. And they have, looks like, a war right here on this blue buff, so they're gonna come around, try and get the kill. And there is the combo from Lux, and it was stolen by the Maokai with his smite. Poor Rengar had no clue that they were coming for him, as they have no vision of this area. Blue wards are everywhere. Their vision is legendary right now. They have complete control of this map right now. They've got the dragon, and there's nothing that red team can do. They're just sitting here trying to freeze the lane as much as possible so they can have safe farming here. But they're still in a dangerous position because they have no wards. And now the dragon's been taken. Blue team's free to roam up here and actually potentially grab a kill. And now the Evelynn is going to get caught by choice advantage. She no longer has a stealth advantage. She needs to get out there. She might have her ultimate ready to go. There it is. There's the shield from Evelynn. She's going to use that to try and get a little bit of damage off, but it's just... is it going to be enough? Look at Tup actually grabbing a kill onto the Varus. Varus goes down, and there's the ulti from our Lux doing big damage. And Lulu goes down to one last long range Q from the Ezreal. Nice snipe there overall. So this is looking pretty good. Blue team shoving in really hard here. And Xin Zhao is the only one on red team right now that's just so far ahead that he might be able to make a difference, but he hasn't roamed at all this entire game. And that's exactly what he really, really needs to do at this point. He needs to help his team get back into the game as... you know, everyone else is just losing too hard. Rengar finally goes down, or not Rengar goes down, but Rengar finally takes down Maokai, so that shuts him down for the 500 gold, and Xin Zhao coming in for the kill onto the Lux, but he is going to get stopped by the stun from the Irelia, and this is going to be pretty bad if Xin Zhao goes down. It looks like he gets away with just a little bit of HP. He needed one more auto attack to pop that passive from Lux. Is it going to be enough? He's going to sit around the other side of the wall to try and pick up a kill onto Irelia, who's going to trade his life for that. Look at Tup dominates the Rengar right now, and so far blue team is able to win out on those trades there. It was looking pretty good for just a second on red team, but too much damage on blue team, and they're able to win that trade very easily. Alright, this game is going to be death to my vocal cords because there is so much action going on. And Pokemon Quartet Loki Tup going to be doing a lot of damage here to the turret. Pokemon are going to try and pull those creeps away so that they do not take down the creeps any further. They want to do as much damage to that mid turret as possible. Lux here in a position where she wants to try and help out the Blitzcrank, as she's going to get caught now by Neo Godbro. And he's the only one doing well on the red team. He is able to take down the Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank goes down, binding onto the Lux, or sorry, to the Evelynn. And there is the combo with the ulti, not actually hitting their intended target, but still helping out just a bit. Loki Tup going to be in a bad situation now. Leo Godbro doing a good job shutting down Ezreal for the 500 gold. Red team could be coming back right here after they finish off this Lux. And the only one alive now is going to be Irelia after Lux goes down. There's no way she can get out of that one. Boom, Nuke Doug grabbing that kill. So Evelynn with needed kills there. Now at 4, she was actually in a really bad position, but now catching back up just a bit after those couple of kills. And although she is behind a little bit on farm and CS, it's still going to be just fine once she picks up a little bit more AP items. She finally has that haunting, guys. She did decide to go for those 2 door ends rings, so that's going to slow her down just a bit as far as her final build is concerned, in my opinion. But overall, I think she should be okay if she can grab just a few more kills and the team can group up nicely. Wow, Irelia actually shuts down the Neo Godbro over here at his turret. So it seems that Irelia now at level 13 here has gotten strong enough to handle him, and he just got handled, as she does have a ninja tabby. She's got giant spell. I mean, so much health. Look at that. Let's see, how much health is she? She's really tanky. And so 2500 HP Irelia, not the normal Irelia build, but normally when you're behind in the top lane, the best choice of action is to go for a tanky build. rather than just straight up damage. And that's normally what you're going to see in high elo games, is when people are losing the lane, they build tanky, health, and resistances, and when they're ahead, they build straight up damage and they try and carry the game that way. Nuke Duck has DC'd, so hopefully that does not last for too long, because red team's going to be in a bad situation without their Evelynn. As far behind as she was, she is still very critical to the success of their team. She can do lots of damage, percentage to their entire team if she lands that ultimate on everyone. So we'll see how that actually works out. Really hope she comes back, because this game has been legendary so far, and I would hate to see it go down just because of a simple DC. Now it looks like blue is going to be picking up some buffs. We're going to see a little bit of a lull in the action, so I'm going to speed it up just a bit here until we see people start to group back up, because this is the part in the game where people start to kind of vie for control of the Baron area. Right after that 20-minute mark, after all of the frontal turrets have gone down, red team still has to take their mid turret, but it's going to be very difficult without... Ooh, I actually missed a kill. Let me jump back just a second. For some reason... oh, I see what happened. So, looks like Xin Zhao here is actually leaping on to the Maokai. Maokai cannot get away. He's trying his best to slow down that Xin Zhao, but one last cooldown from his dash is able to pick it up. Anyways... it's going to be really hard for them to pick up that last mid turret with the Evelynn gone. We'll see if they can make it happen. What is this weird graphical bug? I have no idea what that is. That is awkward as hell. And I have to sneeze. Woo! Alright. Sneeze gone, and they might actually catch NeoGodBro in a bad position, but he's doing so much damage, he might actually grab a kill before they take him down. Now, he's out of mana, so there's not a lot he can do other than just auto attack. He's probably going to have to back off here and play it safe for now. Irelia coming in from behind. Red team could get picked off if they are not careful. Irelia is just foaming at the mouth to pick up this kill onto Lulu, or at least to somebody. So she's going to turn her attention now and pick up the Rengar. Now turning on to the Lulu. Can she do enough damage? It's going to be her versus 3. But with Blitzcrank coming in, that's going to help out quite a bit. Twisted Advance goes on to NeoGodBro. No mana to do anything. He goes down. And that one was another kill for Irelia. She's picking up quite nicely here. There is the Lucian singularly picking up a double kill as the Varus goes down finally. So blue team doing a good job here and taking that all down, but mostly due to the fact that there was no Evelynn. Now, if Evelynn was in that fight, things could have gone much differently, and I think they probably would have actually won that fight and been back in the game, or at least been ahead in the game somewhat, potentially. But that DC is probably going to cost them the game. So I'm going to go ahead and speed back up until some things catch back up. This game could probably be over with Evelynn gone now. And so a little bit less exciting. The fights are probably still going to be epic, but they're not going to be fair. So overall, it has been a pretty damn legendary game up until the disconnect point. Lots of action with the LUX. Oh, and there's the reconnect. So Nuke Duck is back, but is it too late? They lost so much from that last 4v5 engagement, as well as that dragon. They lost another turret as well. And now LUX going to be shoving in the mid with Loki top. Can they actually make a difference here? So there it is. There is the home guard boost. Nuke Duck trying to get back in there as fast as possible to make a difference. She's staying just out of vision range. She doesn't want them to see him. She's going to come around behind onto the Ezreal. Can she get engaged? She gets her ultimate off onto 2 different people, but there needs to be more engagement happening from the rest of the team. Looks like the Yamato cannon is in the bag, getting really heavily damaged, and the ultimate just not doing enough damage. Really going to go down now to Mimer, and as well to Yamato cannon coming in to finish that off, but Eve shuts down Irelia finally. Just takes her down right afterwards, and now that's going to be a 1-for-2 trade so far. Red team still losing out on this one, but can they finish this one up? I don't know. It's going to be really close. Varus is up, and that is a good situation to be in right now, as Ezreal is down, and so all he has to do is play it safe and kite them down with his auto attacks, and he can potentially win this. But they have a lot of engagement potential still if they turn around with their cooldowns up, but they're a little bit low on mana. They just need to make sure they play safe. And enough mana for Twisted Advance is going to be able to take down the Lulu. Just grabs that kill, does miss his grab though, unfortunately, and LUX doesn't have much left, just barely dodging out of that Q that could have potentially been a kill on her. There's the ultimate. She does miss her binding, but it doesn't matter. One last auto attack from Blitz and an auto attack from her finishes up the kill. There's the home guard boots as Nuke Duck is back in the game, ready to grab the kill, and there's the double kill for NeoGodBro. Can he get enraged? Nuke Duck trying to get in there to finish off this Maokai, but they both get slowed by his Q, so it doesn't look like they're going to be able to chase him any further as that mid turret is still up, unfortunately for them. Neo Godbro doesn't care. He's going to keep running in, but that's a bad idea as Irelia is back. So this game has gone back to legendary mode with the Evelynn back up. We'll see how long it lasts. Neo Godbro going to be dueling it out with the Irelia, but and with oh god, this bad. Nuke Duck comes in. She thought it was a 1v1, but no sir, this is a team game, and Evelynn not gonna allow that to happen. Loki Tup comes in here, gonna try and pick something up, but that's 1v4. You can't do much, sir. He's doing a lot of damage to Nuke Duck though, so has to be careful. Nuke Godbro, oh, a little bit too greedy, jumps in there, gets pulled by a Blitzcrank, and looks like Nuke Duck goes down to the Ezreal finally with that ultimate. That was enough damage. Neo Godbro still alive somehow after getting pulled into double turrets. That is crazy. Oh, and the ultimate comes in from Lux, doing big damage. It wasn't a comboed ultimate though, so it could have done a little bit more. And there's the binding, finishing off Neo Godbro. I guess it's just Knee Godbro, but whatever. Neo Godbro sounds cooler, so I'm gonna say that. Mimer using his ulti to escape. They don't know where he went. He could have gone anywhere. His ultimate lasts long enough to escape with that stealth mechanic. There's a twisted advance. Can she get the binding? Oh! He actually knocks her away from the binding. I mean, he still got the kill, but it was funny because potentially if she had more health, she could have gotten away because she was knocked out of the binding there. Starting to look like this is going to be the end of the line. Flash being used, but ulti snipes it down. Yamato Cannon got Yamato Cannoned, it looks like. And now with Maokai out of mana, he's just put at auto attack position. Nuke Duck in a good spot to take down the LUX. She flashes randomly in nowhere safe position, but a lot of damage comes in. If she just had a few bit more HP bars or maybe another cooldown, she could have potentially taken down Nuke Duck. There's the flash over the wall. Looks like Irelia wants to grab this kill. She can't get in range for the dash. She uses the minion to go in there and pick up the double dash. It just isn't enough to actually clean up a kill as she is slowed by Lulu now. And Knee Godbro is going to be chasing in here. He wants to grab the double kill. Just flashes away to try to escape, and there's the slow. But here's a pull as they now have 1v3. Knee Godbro going to be in a bad situation. You don't want to be in that spot. Can there be an ultimate from Lulu? And it comes in at the perfect time, saving Knee Godbro from going down. And that was so clutch. Lulu comes in there with that ultimate and the shield, and that ultimate is going to, oh my god, just barely healed herself up before the ulti took her down. That was insane. So many close calls this game. What the hell is going on? Alright, so Loki Top now jumping in there. Wants to try and kite this down, but he needs to be careful. It's going to be 1v3, maybe 1v4 if he gets in a bad situation. Does he have his ulti up? He does not. He's actually the only one from his team here, but he's just playing it crazy. He's got to be careful. Evelynn could potentially come around in one of these spots if she was sneaky enough and slow him down, but she does have her ulti, so it would have been potential, but it did not happen. And now with blue team grouping back up, they might actually go for a Baron here. They have no vision wards. They need to go ahead and put something up so they have vision. Wow, Lux in a very good spot item-wise. Void Staff, Rabadons, oh my god, so much damage. Oh, and that combo gonna blow her up. So that was one full damage combo from full health Lulu, completely destroying her HP bar. Lux is gonna have that ulti back up before they even engage in another fight. That's gonna be awesome. Late game Lux is just so damn scary if you can land a combo. Even without landing a combo, you just hit something or another and you're gonna be doing pretty well. And there we go, lots of catching potential here on blue team. It is enough to win this solo queue match, and they are finally able to take down Pokemon Quartet, but they actually trade out a kill. Knee Godbro goes down. Nuke Duck still alive right now. Yamato kind of dies. They are just not doing a good job right now. Red team getting caught out of position, all by themselves, completely aced. Lulu back up finally, but she's not going to be able to survive, or should I say defend, against the remaining 4 of blue team, especially with these super minions here. So that looks like it's going to be GG. What a great game. Very awesome indeed. It's just unfortunate blue team had too much catching potential, and they were so far ahead from all the other lanes that the powerful Knee Godbro was just not able to make up for how much the other lanes lost. So amazing combination, Lux and Maokai, really awesome, really awesome. Love to see those kind of combinations that are just very hard to deal with. Wow. So blue team actually did not win the game yet, and in fact, red is pushing them back right now. I really thought this was the end. It could be the end if the creeps finish off the Nexus, but we might have a few more minutes of game to go here. Irelia is so tanky. She's staying alive, but not for long. She's the only one there. She doesn't have a GA or anything, so she was not able to secure a kill here. So we're going to have to wait for them. Godbro trying to be sneaky here. He's going to go for the engage, but now it's going to be 1v2. He still is going on to this Blitzcrank. Pops the shield. The shield is strong, as well as with the Lux, and she's even got a GA. So, I mean, there's just no kill potential here. That's 1v3. So blue team actually in a decent position still, obviously, but this is crazy. This game's going on too long. Let's just speed it up a bit until we see what's happening. I feel like red team is still in a losing position, but who knows? I've seen crazier things happen. We could have a comeback. It's going to be hard to see, but I think that it's going to require some legendary fail on blue team's part for them to lose at this point. And here you go. They are going to be grouping back up. They've got 3 versus 4 here. This could be the mistake that they need. Now it's 4v4. Just is in kind of a bad situation. Nuke Dog's really strong right now. No one's low on red team. Jizen's getting very low. He's going to go down. Yamato Ken grabs the kill on that one. And now they might actually have to back off. They do not have Irelia, which they do need. Yamato Ken almost dying there. Oh, is that ultimate going to grab the kill? And it's snipes him down! Oh my god! Wow! So much damage from Ezreal as he picks up the kill with his giant nuke flashing out of that binding there. She's going to be safe from Lux. And there's ulti just doing a bit of damage inside the Nexus turret. But I think this finally will be GG. And so great, amazing game. One of the best games I've cast in a long time. So exciting to watch. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. But make sure you push that like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll be seeing you around for the next one, as I'm going to be doing, obviously, more of these in the future. So peace out, guys. It's Kobe Cheese. See you later.